Good morning, it's Bethany and
Lena.
with your mouth full, with you are your child's pancreas. And you know, I was just watching another video on YouTube, a girl with type 1 out of Ireland. Her channel's called Gababetic, like Gabby, diabetic, Gababetic. And I just really enjoy how she just takes us through her life. She was just watched a video about how she was experimenting with swimming laps and just going through all the thought process of breakfast, then take the pump out of autocorrect because she usually goes low after breakfast, but she really doesn't want that to happen, especially if she's exercising, and take the pump off and put it in the cart. Just all her thoughts, and I find it helpful, interesting, and a little like cathartic and just sort of normalizing. And so I think that's what's motivating me to share our lives a little bit too. We just had POC, as we call it. Popcorn. We'll show. Matthias is over there with the POC. Hey, buddy. We make giant bowls of popcorn around here, even though your big brothers aren't here right now to eat the rest of it, but they'll be back soon. However, we're a little late on lunch, and I think Lena's Tandem T-Slim is programmed to be a little bit more sensitive during meal times. I actually have not even verified that, but I'm pretty sure our diabetic educator was asking about typical meal times and said it's something, because here we were late with lunch. They were watching a show, and she was going low. And I think it was just very, since we were late with lunch.
What's this bone here?
That's a tendon, I believe. It's sticking out. So anyway, she had some popcorn just to bring her up a little bit before we were going to go out in the snow, but that wasn't enough. So we thought we'd better go ahead and do lunch.
Can I say something? And it is so deep. It goes up to my knees.
Yeah, we just got about 18 inches of snow last night. This is this big storm that hit a lot of people in the country, I think. And, your pump's still warning that you're going low, but I think you're going to come back up now. 68.
That's very mad.
Very mad. We've had great luck with just a basic lunch meat sandwich. We have Hannaford grocery stores around here, and just the Hannaford wheat bread is still very like soft and child friendly. She doesn't like the ones that have tons of graininess to them, but it doesn't spike her too badly. However, we're still working on our breakfast spike. Let's see if this will. 68 right now, but see that spike where it says 203 at breakfast? Then you can see her basal actually ended up shutting off. She actually was going too low there, and so I bet a lot of you battle this too. The blood sugar spike, you know, we were doing some exercising. Hold on. We were doing some exercising this morning and stuff as she was spiking, and that helped bring her down, but then actually she went a little bit too low. And so it's such a hard thing to manage with certain foods, you know. I think we could have waited a little bit longer between, I gave her her dosage, then she had breakfast sausage, then I waited another 5 minutes and gave her her cereal, but I think we could have waited longer and maybe that would have helped. But you know, it's just a constant thinking and rethinking and so many decisions. And you know, I really think people can give it what they can give it. And maybe they just don't change their eating styles at all, and they just treat it as best they can and use timing and dosages and stuff to work on it. And some people work with how many carbs and stuff. We had one low carb success. Do you remember what we ate for breakfast? That was so yummy.
Hot chocolate?
So I eat really low carb too. I'm battling my own blood sugar issues, and so we made, we do hot chocolate. We do the no sugar added hot chocolate cooled off with whipping cream
and milk,
like heavy cream, you know, that just has like 0 carbs, so it cools it off and makes it wonderfully creamy and a little more palatable to the blood sugar. It's just 15 grams, I think, of carbs for the whole cup. This morning you split it with your brother, so it's even less. But anywho, we made waffles out of almond flour, and then I had bought this sugar-free syrup, which in my mind, it's always hard because the sugar-free things have so many chemicals and such. I used to think that was the worst thing ever. Now it's hard to decide, well, what's the worst? What do you battle being diabetic? Do we do the low sugar or no sugar products to avoid using as much insulin, or why not? Do you want to show them your piggy?
Oh, my pig.
Oh, wait, you're still eating. Why don't you finish your bite? I will just display our latest gadget. This was from Target.
Picture?
You want to get in the picture too?
This is my brother, 5. He's 3.
And we are plugged, the tablet that we're recording on is plugged into this right now because it is a power bank and has that little fan. I don't know if the fan
And
works.
up to 3 power on the fan. And
3 speed settings, yeah.
yeah.
And then it charges anything by USB. And so we picked it up because her Tandem T-Slim doesn't need to be charged that often. But when it does, it's a little tricky. I often do it in her sleep, and then I'm climbing around the bed with like a flashlight in my mouth trying to like hook in her charger. And I'm like, you know what? It's actually my older son has a portable battery charger for all of his gadgets and devices.
Brothers.
Yes, the oldest of your 5 brothers.
I have 5 brothers.
Yes. Well, you are
One
actually
sister.
one of the 5, so you have 4 brothers.
I have 9 and
Yeah, a lot.
8. Yeah.
So, but we also wanted to report we had a lot of sickness and blood sugars all over the place, but we were able to stay out of the hospital. So that's the first goal, and stay hydrated and all that good stuff.
5.
But I had lost a lot of sort of that confidence that you get from seeing good numbers. So I'm happy to report, besides, look at this. This is called waiting too long for a site change, and then changing the site and then trying to recover by hitting the correction boluses. But I didn't even know that it was possible. I thought the highest the time and range went on here was 99, but she actually hit 100 the other day after many days very low.
So I exercised 10 times down the stairs. That's over there. And
your
did
exercises
sit-ups
for bringing your blood sugar down. Yeah, your
and
exercise.
push-ups and jumping jacks. And then I had, what are those? Strawberries. And then I went to 100, remember?
Oh, this is a lot of stories together, but
Yeah.
that's because at her, we call it Diabetes Club. It's this support group, and they actually gave away some sugar pixels. So we are the proud owners of a sugar pixel as well. And we have a picture of you with your first unicorn from the sugar pixel.
Sure.
We can show off that. It's a little bit behind her. See, there's the sugar pixel with the 100 and the unicorn. We were pretty excited about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
So that is fun. One funny thing about it, though, is it functions through Wi-Fi, not just Bluetooth. So we live off-grid, and so our Wi-Fi consists of hotspots from phones, and so it's not like we just always have Wi-Fi going in the house.
Mom,
and it
how do you
can't
zoom in?
be pulling the information. Just wait on that, honey, while we're talking. Please don't save it, though. You did something to it. The sugar pixel reads Lena's CGM numbers from my phone, my phone. And then the sugar pixel needs a separate hotspot Wi-Fi connection. It won't accept the Wi-Fi from my phone. It has to be like from somewhere else for some reason than the giving of the CGM info. So it's only when my husband's home as well, we put his hotspot on and she's near my phone, and then it works. But we do love it. Right now, we don't need it for super loud alarms at night because I wake up to every alarm still. But someday, I bet she'll really need that. So,
But this had to really fix them.
so those are parts of an amazing Lego set she received for her anniversary. Yeah.
What's her name? Aunt Becky bought me this really cool Lego set. It is from Elsa and Anna and Kristoff and Sen. And it's so cool. And Zeke and me built it like right away.
Mhm.
And
then you rebuilt it and rebuilt it.
and rebuilt it by myself without Zeke because it's very hard. And the door I had Zeke do one part, but that was all. Then I had to set off do a lot of stuff.
Excuse you. Okay, and you just hit 82 again, so I actually just now gave her meal bolus for that sandwich, 30 grams. It still reduced it a little bit, but it wasn't like dangerous to give it to her because otherwise you would go sky high from that untreated sandwich. So anyway, now we're about to go play in the snow, and we'll just pause this and show you more on that in a moment. Okay, so here we are now. You might not recognize Lena, but she's under there.
Yeah.
And let's show how much snow. So speaking of snow and diabetes, I'm just going to show you, Lena, but I'm going to talk. We went back to that same sledding hill, and it's amazing how the factor, like every little factor matters, right? And so last time I told you how she didn't go low or that low. She just needed like one gummy, but then and actually went high later. Well, this time it was so much work. Yeah, 4 gummies this time because it was so cold and she was having to hike so hard up the hill and you guys were racing. So she's sledding down and then running back up the hill. And I was like, here's 2 gummies. Okay, and then I sent her brother down with the sled. Give her 2 more gummies before she even hikes up one more time. So always an adventure. And she did not go high afterward like she sometimes does from the cold, even though it was 10, 15 degrees. Very cold. Yes, my dear?
I just want to hold that.
Oh, well, it's connected, so I should probably hold it. We're actually still charging off of the piggy here. Oh, this is so beautiful. The sun is coming out, and it's snowing and snowing and snowing. Okay, so we already had some snow, but where is a pile of snow to show what we got last night, guys? Let's go for a little walk down the driveway. So now Lena's 100 arrow angled up, and so I'm expecting that sandwich is actually going to get a little ahead of the insulin because I had to wait to give it to her because she was so low. So you all know those fun and games. Oh guys, this is beautiful. Okay, so you can see your here's our little dog running through the snow. You might be able to see on top of this trailer because that they didn't clear off the trailer, but they did usually. That's a good 18 inches, I think. So anyway, it's a winter wonderland. I hope everybody else is staying warm and prepared for this storm. And let's go see what Thighs. Oh, he wants to go that way. I don't know if you can walk through the snow where it hasn't been shoveled, buddy. Well, bye for now, and hope it's going well out there. All of you who are your child's pancreas. Want to say bye, Lena?
Bye.